Secret Admirer is one of the weirdest 80s movies I've ever seen. Not like weird in terms of the story or the visuals or anything, but just weird in terms of the choices it makes. When you hear the plot summary, there's a certain type of film you expect. You think you know what kind of beats it should hit, but then it manages to do pretty much none of that. Well, what exactly is the plot? Michael has been in love with Deborah Ann for as long as he can remember, not realising that his female best friend, Tony Williams, is secretly pining for him. He leaves Deborah Ann an anonymous love letter, and soon the two begin a relationship whilst a jealous Tony is forced to watch from afar. Meanwhile, the letter is found by Deborah Ann's parents and sparks suspicions and accusations of philandering among them and their neighbours. You see, it sounds like such a simple plot. You think you'd know what kind of film to expect. Even if it's not mind-blowing, it should still be enjoyable. But really, what you expect from this film and what it gives you are two completely different things. Well, the film begins in an interesting way, with an unseen person writing a letter. It's kind of nice and slightly cryptic. After the letter is finished, we see it being posted into our main character's locker. And so we're introduced to Michael. However, I'm just going to refer to him as Thomas, because I can't look at him without seeing C. Thomas Howell, so he's Thomas for the rest of this film.
I can't believe this!
Just live with it, man. Well, Thomas picks up the letter, dumps a whole bunch of stuff in the bin for some reason, and then runs through the whole school so he can catch his friend and crush in time to walk home with them. We find out he's in love with Debbie for some reason. Probably because she's blonde, conventionally attractive, has big boobs, is popular. Oh look, she even has an older college boyfriend. So then Thomas and Tony are walking together, and Tony's obviously dropping hints about liking him.
I have no standards. I mean, I'd even go out with you.
And Thomas is just a dick about it?
Tony, we've been friends too long. Besides, I do have standards, so that'll never happen.
Which, I mean, I don't get, because Tony is clearly 1,000 times more attractive than Debbie, but maybe that's just my weakness for brunettes showing through.
Oh gosh. Oh my god. Oh.
So, some random dude in a beret and the guy from Can't Buy Me Love show up and take Thomas away. And then they all do the weird 80s movie dork cliche of sitting in a grimy place with beer and stuff and being generally disgusting. Well, someone finds the letter that was given to Thomas and they read it out loud. Obviously Thomas is like, what? What's going on? They instantly assume it's Deborah, despite having no reason to, and so they come up with a plan to try and get with Deborah, which involves saying a bunch of drunk shit and then they run away in a van, which is kind of exciting actually, until they crash it through a gate. So Thomas finds Tony to discuss the letter, and I mean there's such an obvious sign that they should just be together that it's almost frustrating.
Thanks for saving me.
So Thomas decides he should write his own to Debbie, and he stays up most of the night to do that. Meanwhile, we get introduced to a scene where his brother steals his money, and then also steals the letter. He accidentally moves the letter that was sent to Michael, and the mother reads it and starts despairing. Well, after a series of more unfortunate events, Thomas's father finds the letter, and he thinks it's from this girl here, whose hair kind of looks like KFC chicken. Oh, and by the way, anytime someone reads the letter, you're forced to hear this music.
Variable contributions to profit on each item will be such that the break-even point will be obtained.
So Tony and Thomas meet at Tech Noir. He gives her the letter to give to Deborah, and then orders just a ton of food. Like, so much food.
Give me a small... No, make it a medium. In fact, give me a large pizza.
That's 2 meatball sandwiches, 2 Pepsis, and a large pizza. Everything on it.
No, just cheese. And olive. And mushrooms. And sauce.
Michael.
So the movie does that dumb scene, you know, that dumb scene, the one where people talk and they think they're talking about the same thing and it's all just innuendos and you're like, why don't any of you just clarify anything for God's sake? Then Thomas's father uncomfortably kisses her and I feel like I need to take a shower. So whilst Thomas and Tony are together, he spills that the beret guy said Tony and him had sex, though the exact phrase they used is bopped his brains out.
You bopped his brains out.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this movie? Well, that makes Tony flip, so she gets a bat and fucks up his van that he just fixed. Like, Jesus Christ. Calm down. Well, Tony reads Michael's letter, realises it's a piece of shit, and so decides to write her own. And apparently her writing is so incredible that Debbie is instantly in love. So she's dating this college guy that she's been dating for ages, but because she read a letter, now her mind instantly changes. What? And then Steve, the college fuck, turns up, so she hides the letter from him in her mum's purse. We're also introduced to Debbie's dad, who sort of looks like Steve Irwin crossed with Josh from College Humor. Well, he finds a letter that was hidden in his wife's purse and then gets really angry. Well, after hearing the good news, Michael decides he should write another letter, and it's such crap that Tony rewrites it again. And now apparently Debbie is head over heels for him and wants to meet him, all because of this second letter. Meanwhile, his little brother steals more stuff from him. And now Fried Chicken Lady finds the note in her purse, and Tony is apparently E.L. James or some shit because she's instantly into Thomas's dad, and they go off somewhere to fuck. So Thomas and Debbie meet, and she's instantly all over him for literally no reason. Then the mental dad goes after his wife to catch her cheating, whilst Tommy and Debbie go at it in a car. So Steve Irwin finds Thomas's mother, and they go on a mental hunt to find the other two. But instead they start to make out, then they leave, and Steve Irwin gets hit by a truck, but somehow still drives home after being hit by a truck. I'm beginning to lose my sanity here. Well, Thomas and Debbie had a great time, and she's convinced she loves him now. So they meet again, and she's dressed up like a complete mental fashion experiment, so she talks at about 1,000 miles an hour.
It is so beautiful. It's got all this taffeta with little pleats kind of standing right about here. Where'd it go? Took me forever to find a pair that would go with it. I went to Capezia's, Jordan's, Bullock's, and then I finally found these at Henshaw's, and they
then proceeds to completely lose her shit because she got some spaghetti on her.
Fuck! Shit! God damn it! Fucking shit! These are my brand new pants, and I can't fucking believe I did this! Fucking shit!
And because Thomas's money got stolen, Tony helps him out with buying some soda. I don't know why she needs club soda. Does club soda help get spaghetti out of, like, shit jeans? I don't understand.
Where's the goddamn club soda?
Well, he drops Debbie off, goes home, and throws his fucking brother out of the window. Like, what? And then you don't see him again. I think he just killed his brother. I think he just killed his fucking brother. Well, all the parents are together now, and they proceed to lose their shit, which was just a terrible excuse to kind of splat stuff everywhere. Is this meant to be comedy? It's not funny. Splatting something on someone isn't funny. I don't even... Meanwhile, Thomas and Debbie try to fuck on his birthday, but it hurts, so they don't do it. Or something. But she still wants to pretend like they did do it.
When you get down there, act like it was the best experience you've ever had. I don't want anyone to know about this.
Well, the mystery behind the cheating letters is finally solved, as the kids then scream at them for looking at their stuff.
Jesus Christ, Mom, what are you doing with my letter? I can't believe this. Does anybody have any privacy around here anymore?
Well, Thomas goes to Tony and tries to explain shit, basically saying that Debbie sucks and that he wants to date Tony now, which, I mean... thank you for finally realising, but you've been on about 3 dates with Debbie and it's hardly... I don't even... Well, Tony is pissed for some reason, probably because she had to pay for his soda, and now the parents are all good again, for some reason. Well, Debbie's now pissed, so she gives Thomas back the letters, and Thomas finally realises these aren't the letters he wrote. So, when he compares them to the one, he realises it was Tony all along. She wrote the original. And now we're finally at the climax. After a whole lot of nothing. Just, I don't know how this film managed to not, like, do what you want it to do. It just kind of did its own thing. Well, Thomas has to get to Tony, but Tony is going on a boat. Yeah. Boat climax. He tries to chase them in the car, but he fails. So then he tries to hitchhike, and he spots Steve, Debbie's old boyfriend, and asks him to pull over. Now, Steve is absolutely ready to beat the fuck out of Thomas, but then Thomas just fucking smashes him in his nose, and Thomas is like, sorry man, but then he steals his car. It's just like that.
Debbie told me everything, you little prick. Oh, you broke my nose! Steve, I'm sorry. You son of a bitch, you broke my nose! Jesus, are you all right? I don't know. You gotta see a doctor. Shit, I gotta borrow your car. Hey, wait a minute! Hey, where are you going?
So at last, C. Thomas Howell makes it to the boat Tony is on, and his voice raises by a few octaves as he screams at her.
Hey! Hey, Tony!
He says that he loves her, and then asks if she loves him. So she says yeah, and then he commits suicide. Okay, I'm kidding. He swims towards her, she swims towards him, and then they do a gross salty seawater kiss. Then the film ends. The film's just over. That was it. So, what did I think of Secret Admirer? Honestly, I'm amazed that a film with such an easy sounding concept could be just so so mind-boggling. Like, a film like this isn't hard to make, so why would you then have it go all weird like that? The film confuses me on so many levels. Like, why did he kill his brother? And why did she lose her shit over spaghetti? And what is even anything? Would I watch it again? Maybe. No. Probably not. When watching this after watching such films like Can't Buy Me Love, which do pretty much everything you want them to do, this film does pretty much nothing that you want it to do, and instead goes everywhere but you expect. But hey, at least Tony's kind of attractive. I like Tony. She's nice.